Hello and welcome to another Science 9 crash course. In this episode, we're going to talk all about properties and changes in matter. All types of matter are different, and this gives them unique properties. For example, on the left here is the metal bismuth, and on the right is titanium. There are two main types of properties. The first type are called physical properties, which is any property that can be observed or measured without a new substance being formed. There are many different types of physical properties, including color, taste, boiling and melting point, viscosity, and conductivity. Physical properties can also be broken down into two different types. The first are what we call qualitative properties. These properties can be described but not measured. An example of this would be color. The other type of physical property are what we call quantitative properties. These can be measured numerically. Some examples would be boiling point or melting point. The other type of property that a substance can have are called chemical properties. This is a property that describes how a substance reacts with other substances. Some examples of chemical properties are combustibility, which is the ability to burn, how a substance reacts with water, or how stable a compound is, which means that it lacks the ability to react, just like the element helium. We now need to switch gears a little bit and talk about what happens when matter changes. The first kind of change matter can undergo is called a physical change. A physical change is when a substance changes in form, but not in chemical composition, meaning that no new substances are formed. A simple example of this is ice melting. The ice and the water molecules are identical, however they've just changed state. Another type of change that a substance can undergo is called a chemical change. A chemical change is when the atoms of a substance become rearranged to create one or more new substances. Some examples of a chemical change would be cooking an egg or burning a matchstick. So how do you know if a physical change or a chemical change has taken place? The only way to be for sure is to see if a new substance has been produced or not. But if you can't see for sure, there are 8 different evidences that indicate a chemical change has taken place. Number 1. Heat is produced or absorbed. Number 2. The starting material is used up. Number 3. There is a change in color. Number 4. A material with new properties forms. Number 5. Gas bubbles form in a liquid. Number 6. A precipitate or solid forms in a liquid. Number 7. The change is difficult to reverse. And finally, number 8. There is a change in the odor of the chemicals. So my question for you is, if you dropped a watermelon from the top of a tall building and it smashed on the ground, would that be an example of a physical or a chemical change? When that watermelon smashes, there's a color change, it's difficult to reverse, so it has some evidences of a chemical change. However, there is no new substance produced, therefore it is of course a physical change. Well, of course this brings our crash course to an end. Thanks for listening.